big breaking coming in right now on the broadcast. NDTV has accessed the moments before and after Sahil's accident. That CCTV footage has now been accessed by NDTV, and we're going to put that out, viewers, those exact moments that led to the accident and moments right after, when there was an effort by the two minors who were sitting in that speeding Scorpio to try and run, and then they were confronted by bystanders who were asked to come back and confront the truth, and that's when they came back to the spot. I'm going to try and connect with my colleague Akil for more on this. Akil, now these are damning details. This video essentially tells how the story unfolded, how that tragedy actually took place on the 3rd of February. Akil, walk us through exactly the details that these videos are highlighting.
Well, Gauri, if you see, the NDTV team has exclusively accessed that CCTV footage, and in which, if you just see, it's very clear that at around 11:39 a.m., this unfortunate incident has taken place when that SUV car was coming from an opposite direction from the side of the Lal Bahadur Shastri Management Institute. And after that, what we have seen that it was at a very high speed, and when Sahil was coming from another side, there was a head-on collision which has basically taken place. And after that very incident, what we have seen that both the brother and sister, one 17-year-old individual and another one 23-year-old, both of them basically came out of their SUV car and then tried to flee from the various spot. And then after that, what we have seen that some of the bystanders who were present over there, they basically confronted him and told him basically to take the victim to a nearby hospital. And after that, what we have seen that after a brief altercation, if you just go by the visuals, the CCTV that the NDTV has exclusively accessed, in which it's clearly seen that both of them trying to flee from the various spot after committing that heinous crime, in which what we have seen that Sahil was mowed down, and when he was taken to a nearby hospital, then he was declared broad dead. And if you just go by the post-mortem report that we yesterday accessed, in which what we have also seen that as per the post-mortem report, the injury was so severe and his 4th, 5th and 6th ribs were completely broken. Apart from that, his vital organs, liver, kidney and other several organs were basically completely damaged. And due to that instant shock, what we have got to learn from the doctors, that at the various spot, due to hemorrhage, his condition got completely unconscious, and after that the doctors have declared him broad dead. So right now, if you see, the investigation is being conducted by the Delhi police team, and they are basically going to charge sheet the father of the minor accused, who is currently out on an interim bail.
You know, that video that we are putting out right now on our screens shows the speed at which that Scorpio races past that particular CCTV camera that's captured that. And that tells you that the Scorpio was clearly not in the speed limit. And the rash driving that finally led to that really tragic incident unfolding is right there on our screens. That CCTV image has captured all of it as it played out. Akil, now tell us, you've been speaking to authorities, to all sides, to all stakeholders. What are they saying about this video?
Well, Gauri, if you see at this point in time, the video that we have access in which it's clearly seen, in the visuals it's clearly seen that from the opposite direction, when that car was coming towards the side of the very management college, and there you see the speed of that vehicle was at a very high speed, and when there was a direct head-on collision, and at that point in time, both the brothers and sisters basically were basically looking at their phone, because there was another video, a 12-second video that has come out just moments before the crash basically took place. There was a 12-second video, because generally when you try to make a reel, it's generally a 50 to 60-second video. But the moment they have started making that video, within 12 seconds, what we have seen that the crash basically took place, and after that, what we have seen that Sahil's vehicle basically rammed into the vehicle of this minor accused. So the timeline, the time stamp that is clearly visible on the CCTV camera visuals that we have gathered is 11:38. So right now, if you see from all the angles, the Delhi police team is looking into it, that whose fault was there, because there was no divider. So from the another direction, Sahil was coming, the accused minor was coming from another direction, and when Sahil tried to overtake the DTC bus over there, at that point in time, from another direction, the minor accused vehicle was coming at a very high speed, which basically turned into a head-on collision, in which what we have seen, the Sahil has lost his life. And since then, what we have been seeing, that the accused father, the minor's accused father, has been constantly giving different kind of lame excuses, and he has been constantly saying that he has got no idea that when did his son learn to drive. He has got no idea that when he used to not to be present at the very house, then his son used to take out his car. And if you see, there were 13 different challans that have been found, and out of those 13 challans, what we have seen, that there were 9 different challans that is for over speeding, and out of those 9 challans, what we have seen, that there is 1 challan as well, which is for the driving without license. So who that person is, who that individual is, because that is yet to be confirmed by the Delhi police investigation team. Because at times what happens, that when you don't have a driving license in your pocket or in your wallet, at that point, at the very moment, even the Delhi, the police administration, the enforcement official basically cut that challan. So whether there was a minor who was driving that vehicle at that moment, that is yet to be confirmed. But if you just go by the details from the traffic department, it basically reflects that challan, when the minor was behind the wheel, when that challan was cut, the date was February 2nd, 2025. So it was a year back. So it is yet to be confirmed on those lines. And right now, the Delhi Police Traffic Department, apart from the district unit of the Dwarka police team, is also investigating that whether the minor was behind the wheels on that very day when that incident has taken place, when that challan was cut by the Delhi Police.
Videos. You know, Akhil, we are showing the 2 videos on our screens because that is before and after. And you can see on the left-hand side of the screen where it shows that the minor boy and his sister were actually brought back to the site. They had fled the scene immediately after mowing down Sahil, and then they were brought back. Now tell us, what is it that you know we are seeing here in the video on the left hand side after the crash? What really happened? What does the full video show and tell you?
Well, if you just go by the visuals, there you see in that visual, it's very clear that 2 individuals can be seen coming out of that Scorpio car, and after that, when they were trying to flee from the very spot, there were other 2 individuals in black coat. You can see that they were trying to stop them from fleeing from the very spot, and after that, the video ends over there. So it's clearly visible that in order to avoid the law enforcement agencies, in order to avoid the police over there, both the brother-sister duo basically tried to flee from the very spot after committing this heinous crime, in which what we have seen, that a 23-year-old young man has basically lost his life. And right now, if you see, the grieving mother has been constantly demanding for justice, and while we have been speaking to the grieving mother, she has been saying that only thing she wants is justice for her son. So right now, if you see, the investigation is on by the Delhi police team, and Delhi police team has also basically reiterated its position that they are going to charge sheet the minor accused father in connection with the case. But in the video, is very clearly visible that both the brother and sister basically tried to flee from the spot at around 6 minutes and 38 seconds visual. It's clearly visible that after the very incident, after the crash took place, both of them came out of the car and they tried to flee when 2 bystanders basically tried to stop both the brother-sister duo at the very spot.
3 videos, viewers, there are 3 videos that we are putting out on our screens. Video number 1 that shows the speeding Scorpio right there in the middle that you see. That's the Scorpio speeding away minutes before the crash. On the left hand side is when you see after the crash, you had bystanders asking them to come back. And on the extreme right of the screen, you see the brother and the sister duo. They are the boy is a minor. The girl sister is unclear as to whether she's younger than him or at the same age. But both of them were trying to then leave the spot. But those surrounding them had ensured that they face at least some consequences. They were asked those questions that why is it that you are leaving? So, Akhil, we've piece together the entire sequence of events. Moments before the crash, moments right after it, and then the brother and sister brought back and they were confronted when the bystanders asked them that why is it that you are fleeing, come back. So we've actually put together and pieced together that entire sequence of events that led to the tragic death of Sahil.
Well, Gauri, if you see, the NDTV team has accessed the entire 7-minute-long CCTV footage from the very spot when that unfortunate tragedy has taken place. And if you see, at around 11:34, what we have seen in that visual, that the SUV car entered into that very lane of Sector 11, just outside the Lal Bahadur Shastri Management College. And the moment at around 11:35, a very high-speed SUV basically enters. And after 2 seconds, if you see, that car is moving towards the side of the Lal Bahadur Shastri College, and at a distance of 200 meters, what we are seeing that crash basically took place at, to be precise, the time stamp on the CCTV footage is clearly seen that 11:39 a.m. And after that, what we have seen, that if you see at around in the next 30 seconds, what we were seeing, that both the brother and sister duo basically came out of that car, and then they tried to move in another direction when there were two bystanders can be seen.
Akhil, hold that thought. I'm going to come back to you, but I want to get in an important voice joining us on the broadcast. Akhil, I'm going to come back to you in a very short while. Vikram Singh, former DGP, joins us on the broadcast for his expert take, his perspective on these videos. Mr. Singh, we pieced together that entire sequence of events. The moments leading up to the crash, after the crash, how bystanders confronted the sibling duo, and how it transpired. Now, this essentially is entire damning evidence.
Absolutely. This changes the entire tangent of the investigation, because this video is going to be the game changer, because they were trying to flee the scene of crime. And I would compliment the brave bystanders who stood up to the call of duty, not only apprehended them, but brought them back to the scene of occurrence. Therefore, I would say the police should not only reward those bystanders, but also see to it that this video is incorporated in the investigation. The first response was to flee. The second was to give their age as 19. Then the rest is a different story. But this video is going to be something that is going to be very critical to the investigation. And the investigators now have a job at hand to also corroborate and confirm the contents of the video by accosting them and questioning them in person, one-to-one, so that everything fits in and the jigsaw puzzle is complete and the picture is complete.
Mr. Singh, now walk us through, there is the process, there is the law, there is the evidence, all of it needs to come together when you talk about a case as sensitive as this. Add to it the fact that the person who was driving the vehicle was a minor. Now help us understand, sir, how this case is going to go from here onwards in the wake of these videos coming to light.
I bring to your notice two very important things. That whether he is a minor or not needs to be investigated also. There is the bone ossification test and also the dentition, the dental test also to prove age. Therefore, unless that is confirmed and corroborated by what the school leaving certificate age has, I would say that he should be treated as an adult because he had the cognitive powers of an adult. Therefore, since he knew the consequences of what he was doing, the reckless and the wanton manner in which he was trying to prevent the crime, therefore he should be tried as an adult, and the Juvenile Justice Board, a strong case should be put up before them that he is actually, in terms of whatever be the age, but he has the cognitive powers of an adult. Therefore, he and the parents should be tried as adults. I say parents also because they are willing accessories to the crime and culpable homicide not amounting to murder, 105 of the BNS Bharati Nyaya Sanhita, 304 of the old Indian Penal Code. It is not just Motor Vehicles Act, it is manslaughter.
No, that's very important, sir, that appropriate tests need to be done to ascertain the exact age of the minor. School leaving certificate is only one part of it. That's a very fair point you're making, sir. Now, if one were to talk from the police investigation point of view, you know, yesterday we had the DCP of Dwarka, Ankit Singh, on the broadcast, and he was essentially talking about the next steps, the next processes to follow in the investigation. With these 3 CCTV images and videos out there, now the investigation needs to really, can close faster. You have clear evidence here. You can see all details are right there in front for investigating agencies, for the police to move ahead.
Absolutely overwhelming evidence, and the things are falling into place. And this should be done in a fast-forward mode, because this is a very sensitive case, and as the police have been caught on the wrong foot. Firstly, the age that was 19, now it is something else. Secondly, the father brought to the police station and then let off. Then I would say that also I had expected a lot better, because of the videographic collection of records and evidence of the mangled Thar car, and also photographic evidence, also that the photographic and the direct evidence of the bystanders. I do hope they have done it, because I have personally no knowledge of the fact that whether this has been done or not. I agree with the DCP, but I would say my advice that some things are done on a fast-track court in a fast-forward mode, and this is one test which will indicate whether we have bungled or we have been caught on the wrong foot, or we have come out with flying colors.
My final question to you, Mr. Singh, if you are as a former, police officer of the law of the land, you understand it very well. What would be your next steps after getting these 3 videos?
Listen to me very carefully. The juvenile would be treated as an adult. The father would go to jail, and a willing accessory, and would be charged of a manslaughter 105 of the BNS, which has a 5 to 10 years, and therefore everybody there would be behind bars and not scooting behind and writing examinations. One can write examinations behind the bars. This misplaced compassion would not have been there.
All right, Mr. Singh, thank you so much for speaking to us and essentially explaining the next steps after these videos have come to light. Let's go back to my colleague Akil Jamil with us on the broadcast. Akil, you heard Vikram Singh essentially saying that this is clear details, clear video evidence of how the case and how the tragedy actually unfolded. Now tell us, what is it that your sources are telling you? What is it that authorities are telling you in terms of the next steps from here on?
Well, Gauri, if you see at this stage, the findings that the DCP of the Dwarka region has basically got is that they have basically collected all the evidence material, the CCTV camera footages that were installed in that region. The DVRs have been collected, and now they are being examined. And apart from that, if you see, the Delhi police team is also looking at all those challans, that how those challans were cut. There were 13 different challans, and when that incident has taken place, because out of those 13 challans, what we have seen that one challan, when there was no driving license, was basically imposed on the 2nd of January 2025. So was this very minor individual who was 16, was he present behind the wheels when that challan was cut?
Stay with us. Stay with us. We have the mother of Sahil joining us on the broadcast. Ma'am, thank you so much for speaking to us. We have been able to access the CCTV footage of moments before the crash and the moments after the crash. All of it right here on our screens. What are your first thoughts when you see these videos, if you've been able to see any of it?
I have seen it many times, and then only I have produced it, because the kind of fake statements and unjustified statement his father is giving, and he is trying to escape from everything, and he's completely denying that he is not aware of what is his child doing outside, and being parent, he is not aware of the activities of his child. So now he can see the activities of his child. And the entire nation, entire world can see now.
Absolutely, Ina ji. Absolutely, Ina ji, आप बिल्कुल सही कह रही हैं कि सब देख सकते हैं कि एग्जैक्टली क्या कर रहा था वो लड़का, जो माइनर लड़का है जिसने उस दिन गाड़ी चलाई थी। मैं ये पूछना चाहूंगी आपसे, ये जो है ये क्लियर एविडेंस है, वीडियोग्राफिक एविडेंस है, सारी डिटेल्स, और इसमें ये भी दिख रहा है कि क्रैश के एकदम बाद वो लड़का और उसकी बहन वहां से भागने की कोशिश कर रहे थे, आसपास के लोगों ने उन दोनों को रोका।
मैम आसपास के लोग नहीं है, वहाँ पे स्टूडेंट है, वो उस कॉलेज के स्टूडेंट है। एंड आई रियली वांट टू थैंक दैट स्टूडेंट जिसने इतनी हिम्मत दिखाई कि इसका गिरेबान पकड़ के इसको रोका। और इसको जो मैं उस स्टूडेंट को पर्सनली मिलना चाहूंगी, आई रिक्वेस्ट इंस्टीट्यूट टू रिवॉर्ड द चाइल्ड फॉर दिस ब्रेवरी ऑफ क्रिएटिंग एन एविडेंस to get a child justice. I'm really thankful to this guy. I want to meet him personally through media. I request to reach out to the institute. And I want to give him blessings on the entire social media, on the print of the press. He has been proved God to me, to all them.
इन्ना जी आप सही कह रही हैं कि उस स्टूडेंट ने और वो सारे स्टूडेंट्स ने बहुत ब्रेवरी दिखाई और उन्होंने हिम्मत दिखाई कि उसको पकड़ लिया, उसको गिरेबान से पकड़ लिया। ये वाकई बहुत हिम्मत की बात है। एंड एट NDTV वी लॉर्ड दो स्टूडेंट्स and would look forward to speaking to them if they can come forward and shed more light on this case. इन्ना जी अब एक आखिरी चीज मैं आपसे पूछना चाहूंगी, क्या अपील करेंगी आप अब जब ये पूरा वीडियोग्राफिक डिटेल सब सामने आ चुकी है कि कैसे क्रैश हुआ, कितनी तेज वो गाड़ी चल रही थी और उसके बाद कैसे उन दोनों ने वहां से भागने की कोशिश की, सारी डिटेल सब कुछ है सामने, क्या अपील रहेगी आपकी अब अथॉरिटीज को?
अपील मेरे पास कुछ नहीं बता। अब इट इज अथॉरिटीज एक्शन आई वुड लुक फॉरवर्ड फॉर। आई लुक फॉर द अथॉरिटीज कि इसके बाद किसके पास क्या बचा है एक्सक्यूज देने के लिए और अपने आप को बचाने के लिए और अवॉइड करने के लिए।
जी बिल्कुल आप सही कह रही हैं कि इसके बाद कोई एक्सक्यूजेस नहीं है। एक चीज मैं आपसे जरूर पूछना चाहूंगी, जो वो वीडियोस दिख रहे हैं, हमने माइनर्स के चेहरे ब्लर कर दिए हैं बट बॉडी लैंग्वेज दिख रही है, उसमें दिख रहा है कि कैसे उन दोनों ने इतना बड़ा एक्सीडेंट करने के बाद आपके बेटे की जान जब चली गई उसमें, उसके बाद भी आप देख रहे हैं उनकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज बहुत अग्रेसिव दिख रही है इस वीडियो में।
मैम आप क्यों कर रहे हैं, फैमिली को आप क्यों नहीं दिखा रहे हैं पब्लिक को?
जी बोलिए ना जी।
What is stopping you to show them? Then why you are taking the footage when you can't highlight it? Firstly, I asked the question to media. Why this family is not exposed? Why it is kept hidden?
इना जी हम
this way I will not get justice if they are not exposed, ma'am.
इना जी
I request the media not to do this. Please don't save them. Please don't protect them. This way I won't get justice. And if you can't share this, then you should have not taken from me. अगर आपको नहीं दिखाना तो आप मत लेते मुझसे इतना बड़ा एविडेंस मेरा। मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ, आप प्लीज दिखाइए इन्हें, इनकी शक्लें पता चलनी चाहिए ताकि और माँ बाप।
इना जी मैं आपकी भावनाओं को समझती हूँ।